Hello and welcome on Thomas Geiger Car. Today with the new Mercedes A-Klasse. A car I've been curious about for a long time because Mercedes has made lots of noise about the new entry model. If you look at it from the outside, it might be a little disappointing because it just looks like an evolution of the outgoing model. But from the inside, Mercedes is promising a real revolution. And if that's true, that's what we're gonna figure out here on Thomas Geiger Car. The absolute highlight of the new A-Klasse is her interface, the MBUX system. That's the first application of the new system in the whole Mercedes lineup, and even an S-Class or an E-Class looks pretty outdated now. Because for the first time ever, you finally have a touchscreen to work with, and the graphics is better than on any iPad or anything else that I've ever seen, especially in a car. Even Tesla should be jealous about that. Problem, now that you have the touchscreen, you don't need it anymore because you got a voice command control system that's even better than Siri on your iPhone. You just say, "Hello Mercedes,"
Ja, bitte.
and the system wakes up and asks you what to do. And you don't have to learn commands. It's just the free flow dialogue, and the car really gets to know you. So once you ordered and asked for some music, the next time it will offer this music to you automatically. Same as destinations and all that. So it's really the most easiest way to control and to command a car. Really very, very, very impressive, and makes the A-Klasse for me the smartphone on wheels. Driving the A-Klasse is probably the least surprising part of the generation shift, because beyond all the fancy MBUX system and the modern design of the interior, the car pretty much feels the same like before. It's a bit more comfortable, a bit more mature, not as bumpy, as hard and as pseudo-sporty as the outgoing model. But overall, it feels like a grown-up compact car that you can drive in for hours and hours. And if you go a bit more sporty on a curvy country road, you still can have lots of fun. For the first rollout, the new A-Klasse will start with only 3 engines. On the petrol side, that means a 1.4 liter 4-cylinder with 163 and a 2-liter 4-cylinder with 224 horsepower. Especially the small engine is very interesting because it's got a cylinder deactivation function. So if you run with low torque, with low power, 2 cylinders shut off and the car should be really efficient. For us Europeans, we also get a diesel with 116 horsepower, and for sure there will be lots of other derivatives as well, up to the AMG engine that will get most probably way more than 300 horsepower, pretty close to 400 I guess possible, that will get the fun into the vehicle. The only thing that is missing are somehow powertrains with alternative propulsion systems. But there is a solution on the way, because one of the first EQ models will be the EQA, an electric car based somehow on the A-Klasse family. The rear seat has never been the best place in the house and most probably will never be. The A-Klasse is made for the 2 people in the first row, and the back seat is only for children or for short distances. But with the new generation it has at least improved a little. Knee room, headroom both gained a few millimeters, and especially the door opening changed, so getting in and out of the car is now easier than before. But Mercedes pretty well knows that no grown-up will sit here for a long time, and has expanded the A-Klasse family. So there will not only be a sedan of the A-Klasse, there will also be a long wheelbase sedan for the Chinese people. And then you can sit in the back seat very comfortably, I guess. The times where you have to compromise on safety and security just because you drive a small or compact car are definitely over with the new A-Class, because that vehicle offers you all the safety and security and driver assistance systems that you know from the famous S-Class flagship model. So the same intelligent drive unit with the same cameras, radars and sensors. And once I leave that construction zone, I can demonstrate that you just have to switch on cruise control and the vehicle follows the lane, keeps the appropriate speed, accelerates after corners, decelerates in corners, and just cruises, and you can almost let your hands go off the steering wheel. Every once in a while there will pop up a warning that you have to take control because the car thinks you might be sleeping and it's not allowed to drive hands-free, but technically it's possible. You see, we're still going and the car does the curve, and once the sharp turn comes it brakes. So that's really, really impressive, and you don't have to buy a luxury limousine anymore to get that kind of comfort and security. The really biggest step the A-Class made is her interior. Not only the MBUX user interface that I just showed and explained to you. No, all the rest of the car really, really made a big step forward. Material quality, the steering wheel that we know from the S-Class, the air vents that we know, for example, from CLS, including the lighting inside that changes due to the temperature. So if I set the warmer temperature, it's going to get red. If I set a cooler temperature, it's going to get blue. I got the ambient lighting in here. I got the ambient lighting in the back. Even the seats are lit up to give the car a fancy look. So if you want to impress your friends, take them on a ride in the new A-Class. From a design point of view, the A-Class is just a tiny little step. Yes, you got the shark nose that you know from the new CLS. You got new, slimmer headlights, and you got a little less lines on the side. But overall, the shape is still a sporty, muscular hatchback and hasn't changed that much. Thank you for joining me on that first test drive with the new Mercedes A-Class. For me, a really impressive step forward. Not so much because of the exterior design. That's interesting, looking nice, but not a big step. But the interior is really amazing, and the user interface is something I haven't seen in any car. So not only the key competitors Volkswagen Golf, BMW 1 Series, Audi A3 somehow look pretty outdated. No, even the famous S-Class and the E-Class are old-fashioned cars against that. And that is what really makes the revolution, because this car is the smartphone on wheels, and innovation is not coming top down from the top luxury limousines. No, it's starting right at the bottom, at the base of the Mercedes model lineup. And that is something the other competitors can look for and don't have an answer at the moment. Thank you, Shische, and bye-bye.